cold and hungry all my life. Have felt that no fire would ever warm me and no arms would ever hold me. I have been, as the song says, buked and scorned, and I know that I will always be. But my God, in that darkness, which was the lot of my ancestors in my own state, what a mighty fire burned. In that darkness of rape and degradation, that fine flying froth and mist of blood, through all that terror and in all that helplessness, a living soul moved and refused to die. We really emptied oceans with a homemade spoon and tore down mountains with our hands. And if love was in Hong Kong, we learned how to swim. It is a mighty heritage. It is the human heritage. And it is all there is to trust. And I learned this through descending, as it were, into the eyes of my father and my mother. I wondered when I was little how they bore it, for I knew that they had much to bear. It had not yet occurred to me that I would also have much to bear, but they knew it, and the unimaginable rigors of their journey helped them to prepare me for mine. This is why one must say yes to life and embrace it wherever it is found. It is found in terrible places. Nevertheless, there it is. And if the Father can say, "Yes, Lord," the child can learn that most difficult of words, Amen. For nothing is fixed forever and forever and forever. It is not fixed. The earth is always shifting. The light is always changing. The sea does not cease to grind down rocks. Generations do not cease to be born, and we are responsible to them because we are the only witnesses they have. The sea rises, the light fails. Lovers cling to each other, and children cling to us. The moment we cease to hold each other, the moment we break faith with one another, the sea engulfs us, and the light goes out.
As winter takes me now, of cold and clammy skin, with bare and empty room, as I am born again, it's pulling at my hair and crawling all within. A gentle beating heart is swept away by sin. Surface again. Be still, my child. Wash away the sin, and ours future king. Walk off the
hip-hop, rap music in the beginning, or a song like Grandmaster Flash's The Message, where basically they were saying, you know, it's like a jungle sometimes, I wish, you know, I wonder how I keep from going under. The whole root of what that song was basically saying, look, these are the problems here. You know, and here we are 10 years or plus later, the problems are still there, and the intensity of the music has built to the no hope, the I don't give a attitude. How did we get from Grandmaster Flash, The Message, to where we are now in hip-hop?
Again, you have to be logical. You know, if I know that in this hotel room they have food every day, and I'm knocked on the door every day to eat, and they open the door, let me see the party, let me see like them throwing salami all over I mean, just like throwing food around, but they're telling me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day. I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is gonna change to we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, you know, give me a food, breaking out the door. And after a year, you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reached your level, you don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with them, you know, with civil rights movement. We was asking, you know, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're gonna do? And we shouldn't be angry. And my raps that I'm rapping to my community shouldn't be filled with rage. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be filled with the same atrocities that they gave to me. In the media, they don't talk about it. So in my raps, I have to talk about it. And it just seems foreign because there's no one else talking about it.
Right. Well, playing devil's advocate, somebody might say, well, what does Tupac have? He's a movie star. He's got, you know, hit records. What does he have to complain about?
And I'm going to tell you, it's like being the last person alive. You know what I'm saying? After 3 days, you can't do anything. What can I do? Where can I go? There's no black neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, with black people who have the same amount of money as me. You know what I'm saying? There's richer and there's poorer. There's no just, you know, did a movie, got a little bit of money, living okay. Black neighborhood. I have to be in a white neighborhood. so I don't fit in. That's hell. It's hell when you can't be around your peers. All my life I grew up around black people, poor people, but I can't live around poor people now because they'll rob me. And why would they rob me? Because they're starving, because there's no money here. But they're telling me, now that I made a little money, I have to move here. So it's not like no one's ever trying to deal with this section. They're just moving away from it. And we're gonna have more stars coming from the ghetto, but they're gonna all move this way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all the society is doing is leeching off the ghetto. They use the ghetto for their pain, for their sorrow, for their culture, for their music, for their happiness, for their movies, to talk about boys in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be another I don't want to be 50 years old at a BET We Shall Overcome Achievement Awards. You know what I'm saying? Not me. You know, I want when they see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. You know, every time I speak, I want the truth to come out. You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like, they know what I'm gonna say because it's polite. They know what I'm gonna say. And even if I get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Ain't that what we're supposed to do? I'm not saying I'm gonna rule the world or I'm gonna change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not gonna change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it. I don't know how to change it, but I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody gonna clean it up.
I'm aware that right now, a lot of us feel like chips are down, sick of being kicked around, thrown on the ground, picked right back up, then tossed in the lost and found, stumbling, lost your ground, but it sounds like a chance for you to recover quickly. If you know anything about a struggle at all, the hustle is real, you probably already get me. So I need all of you with me. The Killer City Committee, the Midwest version of the Avengers, going harder than Bobby the Whitney. The enemy shifty, so we gotta react swiftly. Whenever negativity hit me, I try to get it in check quickly. Came to know playing the role of a psycho was not gonna fit me, cause I'm not so 50, but I do know this, we all have the power. And every moment, the time is ours. Counting minutes, seconds, hours. Death to cowards, fight the power. Smite the liars, light the fires. Brighter, higher till we burn them down. Take the tables, then we turn around. It's worth the search if freedom's found. Are you a hero?
A hero, someone who's always strong, a source of light when things go wrong. What we need is a hero who's always there to take flight, who can mend our wounds and defend our rights. What we need is a hero, someone prepared to lead the way, who can brave our world and save our day. Hero who always knows what to do, someone like me, someone like you. What we need is a hero.
I watch it all unfold and then I take my chosen road. This one goes out to everybody living state to state, place to place, and coast to coast. The rioting, committing acts of violence to leave us divided. You can take your own control. The kids looking up to us for guidance. Now they wanna try it, how are they supposed to know? It's like we all wanna fly, nobody wanna fall in a line, but sometimes you gotta swallow your pride and apologize for all of the time you were wrong, to cauterize the wounds that we harbor inside. Ain't nobody perfect, we need to organize the community, stop living like Lord of the Fly. I know it might seem hard, it's important to try to keep a light on and centered at the core of your life. Go to war with the mic, shoot them down with a peace sign. The system of control is an intelligent design. I need a second look at many elements refined. We're looking for a hero that can help us defeat crime and settle the beef. If you only throw a rock at police line, you're really not a rebel to me. It isn't us versus them, we all one, stand together in unity, better than lying dead in the street. And what we need is a hero,
someone who's always strong, a source of light when things go wrong. What we need is a hero who's always there to take flight, who can mend our wounds and defend our rights. What we need is a hero, someone prepared to lead the way, who can brave our world and save our day. Hero who always knows what to do, someone like me, someone like you. What we need is a hero, and this world is what you make it. Oh yeah. In the end, we're gonna make it. What we need is a hero, someone
It's the military and the monetary. It's the military and the monetary. It's the military and the monetary. The military and the monetary, get together whenever they think it's necessary. They turn our brothers and sisters into mercenaries. They're turning parts of the planet into a cemetery. Back when Eisenhower was the president, golf courses is where most of his time was spent. So I never paid a lot of attention to what the president said because in general I believe that the general was politically dead. But he always managed to say something that I remembered about a military complex. He always seemed to know when the muscles were about to be flexed, and he always mumbled something about a military-industrial complex. You see, Americans no longer work to keep their arms safe, just to keep the arms making jobs going and the arms making workplace. And then they pretend they've been pricked by some sort of political reflex, and they're starting to pay dues to the military-industrial complex. The military and the monetary, they get together whenever they think it's necessary. Time to work for peace. The military and the monetary, they use the media as intermediaries. They are turning our brothers and sisters into navigators. They are turning all of us into spectators. The military and the monetary, they do so many things we feel are arbitrary. Standing behind the commander-in-chief who was under a spotlight shaking like a leaf, but the ship of state had landed on an economic reef, so we knew he would bring us messages of grief, from NATO to Sarajevo to Pyongyang to the Whitewater Gang. The military and the monetary. The military and the monetary, they were shielded by January when storming into February brought us pot-bellied generals as luminaries. 2 weeks ago I had heard this ambition, all of a sudden he's legendary. Yeah, they had some smart bombs, but there were some dumb ones as well. They scared the hell out of CNN in that Baghdad hotel. The military and the monetary from thousands of miles away in a Saudi Arabian sanctuary had us all scrambling for our dictionaries because we couldn't understand the vocabulary. Yeah, there were some smart bombs, but there were some dumb ones as well. There were some smart bombs, but there were some dumb ones as well. The military and the monetary, they hounded the Ayatollah relentlessly, bombed Libya and killed Gaddafi's son hideously, turned our back on our allies, the Panamanians, and watched Ali Noor sell guns to the Iranians while Gorbachev kicked ass with the Lithuanians. We better warn the Amish, they may bomb the Pennsylvanians. Work for peace. Peace ain't coming this way. Gonna have to work. People out there working for war, we got to work for peace. If you believe in peace, time to go to work. Peace ain't gonna be free, nothing you ever really wanted. Everyone who believes in peace, there's an opportunity. Nothing wrong with believing in peace. Work for peace. The military and the monetary, they bring us lies all over the subsidiaries. They are bringing us more stories to tell. More stories to tell, are they necessary? The military and the monetary, turning brothers and sisters into mercenaries, turning parts of the planet to a cemetery. Time to work for peace, y'all. Thank you.
Wind against my face tells me that I must go. Can't stay around too long before my track's gonna catch me. When they do, I've got to be somewhere in LA, so I can look at the sun and get my thinking done. And if it's gonna rain tomorrow, let it rain. Last note I sang was in Beaver Falls, PA.
at some old and shabby bar. I never knew the name, but I knew I couldn't work there, 'cause to follow my dreams, they tell me find that place, find that place. And if it's gonna rain tomorrow, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Deep in my destination, trying to find my destination, with LA so far away, and I'm soaking cold today. Constantly is on my mind, I'm only halfway there. I'm not caring how much frustration. Oh, I've got to cross this nation, and if it's gonna rain tomorrow, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain.
As the rain falls down from the heavens, think of how far I came since '87. Took my hustle and made it a weapon. I was always told in the pain there's a blessing. Mistakes that I made, they mirrored the lessons. Talking with God, I ask clearer questions. Dear Lord, is this what I'm destined for? If so, then what am I stressing for? We tight, then why can't I let it go? Everything gon' be alright is more than a metaphor. Let it rain, 'cause it's ancestral. Cleanse my heart so they can see the best in you. Let it rain and come down visceral for those no longer here in the physical. Let it rain, 'cause it's like tears from you. Just like the rain, I'll do what I'm here to do. Let it rain, I know that it's purposeful, so it can service you and return to you. Let it rain, let the rain surround me and never drown me. I was lost when it found me. Now in a dream is where I'll be. Imperial rain came down to crown me. Now in a dream is where I'll be. Imperial rain came down to crown me. Imperial rain came down to crown me. Now in a dream is where I'll be.
And if it's gonna rain tomorrow, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain.